And we're back with more exciting adventures of the Incredible Hokes. I am Chris.
I am Mark.
You have a new vehicle.
Yes.
It's been the last 12 months or so have been really big. You have finally upgraded the phone to a smartphone.
Yeah.
You got rid of the Razor, and let's say it's not just like a money thing. It's like you just if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. You're just that guy.
Right.
It's not you could have $1 million and you're like, well, this thing still works. Good. Fuck it, I'll just keep using this thing.
Sure.
So you finally upgraded to a smartphone, and you got a new vehicle.
Right.
What is the little? What's the rub? What's the catch with this new vehicle?
You know, it's funny. The sticking point for this car, some people it doesn't have a, it's not it's not a V8 or doesn't have enough power or doesn't get
gas
mileage. For me, it doesn't have a CD player.
That's right. That was his number one thing. It didn't have a CD
I got to tell you,
player.
that was very earth shattering because people know me. If you're first time here with Hokes, I know we talk about movies. We talk about sports. We even sometimes dabble in some other pop culture stuff. But I am very big on music, as you know.
Music doesn't really.
Yeah, for me, and so we don't really talk about that a lot. But
very rarely.
So
because I can't relate because I'm maybe at the other end of the spectrum of music. I'm just like.
Well, and I'm insane. I was just playing y'all some Nordic Viking stuff.
Like he's like you might be the most open-minded music person I can think of. Like you'll truly listen to hip hop. Like
sure.
You'll truly listen to
that Ray Shermer disc was really good.
It's like, I didn't know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like there's even thug gangster rap stuff will come on and you'll know who it is and I'm like how anyway go ahead.
So anyhow, as you can imagine, I have dozens, shall we say hundreds of CDs. So the idea of where do I get all these CDs? I can't play them in my car, and it was just kind of just a very alarming situation. I started by okay, how does this thing work? And it's kind of like an Android Auto machine. Well, in my inexperience with this new
the OS on it is Android?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in my inexperience of knowing how to work this thing, I'm like, well, I don't know that I want Sirius satellite. Eventually, I might want to do that, but I knew that's available to me. I'm like, but I want my music, on there. How do I get on this? So I looked for MP3 players, which those are they're very hard to find now. Apparently, it's like I'm so behind on technology. Like the whole MP3 thing, as far as players, has done come and gone.
Well, yeah, because your phone can do all that.
And then that was everybody, and I kept going to Best Buy, for example, and they were just like, well, what kind of phone do you have? I mean, so it was they were totally doing what you're doing.
I mean, they have them for workout and stuff, but it's the section used to be a whole aisle.
Yeah.
Now it's this much.
Well, it's just earth shattering because, an MP3. This is the kind of things that bother me. MP3 player. Just a regular one you get at a store for $60. It doesn't divide anything into folders or albums.
Right.
It's just however you put it in there, that's how it'll play them. So if you put in 30 songs, however you put them in there, that's the order it'll do.
It'll shuffle if you tell it to shuffle.
Yeah, it'll have shuffle or random, that kind of stuff. So I understand that. But I'm the guy who's got hundreds of compilations, and I've got them in certain order and all that. So this is no, it must play the songs I want in my order. So anyhow, I went to cons. I'd never been to cons.
Cons? Okay.
CONNS.
I know, I just never think about that place.
I never think of it either, but I never been there. So I'm like, well, maybe they have an MP3 player. I go in there, and there was literally no one in there. And there was 7 people, employees, all around this welcome booth.
Just hanging around.
And they're all yeah, I felt
customer.
Yeah, I felt overwhelmed when I walked in there, and I was like, ah. And I told them what I was there for, and they're like, and they had this funny, but disappointed at the same time because they were just customer and
MP3 player.
MP3 player. We don't have one of those.
Right.
So I turned around and walked out, and they just had this Was there anything?
Actually, Academy next to it might have one.
That's true. That's true. And I went there before I went to cons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because people use them to work out.
But anyway, I wasn't satisfied with hooking up an MP3 player to this Android Auto.
Yeah.
Well, I happen to have a flash drive that had my CD. It's not much my CDs. My music on. So I happened to put it in there, and I hit this play button. Yeah. And it started playing it, and that was like how it happened. That I was like, oh, that's what I got to do. I got to get a flash drive that has the MP3 files on it, and do it that way. And of course, it separates things very much like you would see on Windows Media Player and all that.
Yeah.
So it does have options and whatnot. I only say all this, I know it sounds boring, but this is earth-shattering for me to go from the thinking of your CD to that now I have to do everything on that.
So did you find the MP3? Oh, so you didn't find the MP3 player. You used the flash drive.
I gave up on that when I found it. So after I left cons, I tried the flash drive. When I saw that I could do I didn't think I could. For some reason, I had in my mind the flash drive wouldn't work the way. I was overthinking it. I just plugged in the flash drive and I hit the play button and it played. And it was that simple. I was making it really harder. But again, in my mind, I'm resisting. The issue is I'm resisting the concept. So once I got overwhelmed at cons, I'm like, I give up. I'm not resisting. Okay, how does this work? And then I was open to figure it out.
And here's the thing. You ought to adapt quickly for your own. You're missing an entire world that's going to be better.
Sure.
Because you take and you put whatever song. You got an iPhone or Android?
It's an Android.
So it should be basically the same. I have an iPhone, but it should be basically the same. You put whatever your music on there. So if you plug in your Android into your laptop, and you have your music files on the laptop, you can just copy those to the phone. And then your phone, you can just hit the Bluetooth with your car. You have a brand new car, so it's got the Bluetooth, it's got the hands-free talk, everything.
Sure.
You sync your Bluetooth, syncs the phone to the car. So if somebody calls you and you're driving, you can just answer, "Hey, how you doing?" as you drive. Or obviously your music can just play. So like mine is Bluetooth. I get in the car and I leave it on the Bluetooth thing, and it just syncs up and it starts playing my music.
Right.
And that's it. And then if I get tired of that, I go to the radio. But honestly, and I think mine is an aftermarket that's in there. So it's like a Pandora radio. It doesn't have Sirius. And I can use the Pandora app and just use those stations too through the Bluetooth. But it's all just Bluetoothing to the thing. So you could just put your music on your phone, and then you get in the car, you don't have to do anything. It just syncs to the Bluetooth and it starts playing. Like mine doesn't even, I don't even have to hit play. It just, if you leave it on the Bluetooth channel or mode, it just starts. And that's it. It just,
okay.
And it'll usually pick up where I left off the last time I was Bluetooth to it. Usually.
Well, I did buy the SIM card, the more memory on it.
Yeah.
It's at least 16.
SD card or micro SD card.
Yes, that's it. I bought one that had enough space for at least 16 gigs. So that's you can get quite a lot of music. That's a lot of music for that. So I did do that, but as I was trying to play it, just the machine itself, the phone itself, it would play a song and stop, and that annoyed me. So and I'm sure, like I said, if I'd been more patient and kept working it, what you described through the phone and hooking it through the Blu-ray option.
Bluetooth.
Blu-ray. Bluetooth. Worlds colliding. Yeah. So anyhow, I could have been more patient, but I mean, it was all new to me. I mean, I was really resisting. Like, how do I get because that's why I spent a week and a half at least trying to figure out a way I could get a CD player in there. And that's how resistant I was. So this was like a 3 week. I know, this was like a 3 week odyssey of I want my CDs, and then I just had to let it go.
So, I mean, you now have a whole. I mean, and the thing is, you don't have to spend any money. You don't have to spend any money because I know you got all this music on that can be digitized. Either just import your CD to your laptop and then just put on your phone. So it's not a money thing anymore. You already own the damn car.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not an issue there either. So just The hell's that?
What did I miss?
Oh, okay. There was a news deal about an anthem being banned for the Yankees. My first thought was, okay, something un-American. But now they're saying that the singer was racist and they're looking into it. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes more sense. I thought they were banning the anthem because of the anthem. You know what I mean? I thought they were just being anti-American or something. But there's a problem with the person who's saying it. So, okay, that's okay. I get it. Yeah, you never know, man. People like hating on our own country, man. It just makes me sick. So it's okay. Investigate them all you want. But again, I'm spending more money, so it's just there. Just do it. It's just
Right.
a lot easier. The world is yours now. You can. There's a complete. There's no separation between the music you enjoy at home or in the car. It all goes with you.
Well,
No physical media anymore.
part of the reason I brought this up is because I'm kind of telling on myself, but also I find the amusement in it. I mean,
Well, there is-
it's a joke at my expense, but I'm totally fine with it because it's. I've had this has been an eventful year. Going from my Razor to my Samsung Galaxy, whatever it is.
Well, you're just a guy that if it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
and then of course down a new vehicle, and then no CD. So it's very much of a kind of a culture shock kind of a thing. But I thought it was funny that I went through all this at cons, and then after I got overwhelmed with those salespeople, I guess, I go back to my car after I left, and I'm like, okay, this has gotten really ridiculous. I've gone to I don't know how many stores at this point, 8, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting nowhere, and I had to put in my flash drive that had music MP3 files on it, and it just started playing, and I was like, oh, well, I was like, Mark, I was overthinking this big time,
Well, yours is 2018 or 19.
2019, yeah.
So 19.
Yeah.
So ours is 2012, and it's got the USB slot, and I tried that at first too. But what mine was doing that was driving me bonkers. I mean, it was driving me crazy. Was that it would always start the same song, and I couldn't get this to start somewhere else.
Huh, that's weird.
And so every time it was U2's Baby Please Come Home. Every time I got in my car, I heard Baby Please Come Home every time. First couple times is okay. After about the 12th, you're like, all right, I can't hear this every time. Because literally it's like,
must change song.
it's like, Dead Christmas. Like,
right.
So like I would have to hit the skip, and then it would skip. But then I noticed like every time I skipped, I would hear the same sequences. And I'm like, there's like 30 gig of music on here. Why is it playing the same 18 songs? I couldn't figure out how to like get it to stop doing that. So that's when I embraced Bluetooth. So I kind of went through a similar experience because I don't know, like I was having issues at first with the Bluetooth when I first got the car. Like I couldn't. It was like taking forever to like download something.
Well, if you're insane enough like I am, this is how much of a music nut I am.
Yeah.
Again, for you uninitiated, I'm a big music nut. I have been going through the extra trouble of going into the properties and changing what is listed under album and like genre and things like that, so it will come up like I want and the way I want when I go through the search on my Android Auto.
Right.
And before I didn't have to put any of that in there because it's a CD, and
Sure.
you didn't need
Sure.
any of that. So
All right.
that was an extra step I've had to take. But it's work up front, but rewarding in the long run.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Well, there's Mark's misadventures going from CD to Bluetooth, but we haven't got all the way to Bluetooth yet. We're working on that. Here's one thing, a little hip.
Next year?
So it's not hooked. No, you can do it you can do it this weekend even.
Yeah.
So here's one hint though. If you're playing the music real loud and you have it synced to your phone, and all of a sudden someone calls you, beware. If your ringtone is annoying, be aware getting the shit just either scared or just kicked out of you by your ringtone. Because you'll be going like, and all of a sudden, like, if like I used to have that nuclear alarm ringtone so I could hear it, like, rank, rank, rank.
Right, right.
Yeah, the first time it went, rank, rank, you know, in my car at me, I just, ah! So beware of that.
Driving it into the
Shit.
ditch, pissing your pants.
Yeah, beware of that
Yeah,
shit.
that's loud.
So, speaking of getting your shit scared and pissing your pants, Duke.